Computer. All right. Awesome, guys. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Let me just kind of get everything situated. Awesome. Hold on. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, welcome back. We are going to go ahead and get started with our team training call, guys. We're so excited to have you on the line. Before I actually get going, I know some of you guys have already written it on the side of the chat box, but also I wanted to say happy birthday to Lorraine. Thank you so much for joining the training on your 50th birthday. Congratulations. Excited for you. Hopefully you get to have some fun today with the friends and family and whatever you have planned out for your special day. Definitely want to give you that shout out. And guys, if you have not done so, go ahead and type into the chat box where you're dialing in from. We're excited to see where you guys are all at. Some of you guys have already done that in the beginning, and we just want to welcome all of you guys to the line. We're so excited to be here. Welcome, Las Vegas, right? I don't even want to try to say, I know it's pronounced differently because I know Sheila and Rodney and I had a talk about that part of Virginia. Welcome, guys. North Carolina, Simi Valley, Torrance. Awesome. Georgia, welcome, guys. Thousand Oaks. Oh, my goodness. You guys are amazing. Nashville, Georgia. I can't even keep up. You guys are typing so quick. Kentucky. Wow. Listening from work at LAX. Wow, Cindy Joe. That's amazing. Yes, we'll make sure we stay quiet so you don't get in trouble. Michigan. Oh, my goodness, guys. This is amazing. Awesome. Welcome, Louisiana, Florida. I can't even keep up with the amount of people typing in where you guys are all dialing in from. But guys, this is so exciting. This part is what gets me really excited, and the fact that you guys are all sitting on a team training from the comforts of your home, and some of you guys are doing it at your job. This is why Tuan and I are so excited about this opportunity, because for the first time ever, this would have never happened in our 12-plus year career in network marketing. We always had to go somewhere to a convention hall, a hotel meeting to get in our monthly team training. But here, with the world of technology, we get to take advantage of the tools that we have available, and you guys are dialing in from the comforts of whatever you're doing on a Saturday. I love it. I see Phoenix is in the house, Texas, Long Island, Orange County. That's right. That's Tuan and I's hometown. San Pedro, guys, welcome to the call. So we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Van, and you're going to meet my husband, Tuan, in a second. But I want to go ahead and quickly get myself out of the way, because we have a special guest speaker from corporate that's going to come on and share with you guys some updates about what's going on to keep you guys up to date on how they're building out an amazing infrastructure to ensure that you guys are going to have an amazing company as you're going out and representing the product and the opportunity. So this woman, I can't say enough great things about her. She has been our saving grace for Tuan and I. Ever since she came on board, she's been able to tackle issues, help us with different things to make sure that we take care of our consumers and our distributors. And she's been incredibly amazing. Always readily available. Whenever we call her or text her, even if she's busy, she'll always find time to get back to us. And guys, she is in charge of so much, but she still finds time to help Tuan and I and so many other people in world. And she is actually a part of the whole development side in Utah. So we had the amazing pleasure of getting a little bit of Sydney's time. She's amazing. She's actually in the middle of some family stuff, and she was still able to carve out a small window to hop on board, to say hi to everyone, and really just give all of you guys an update and a chance to have a little meet of the corporate staff. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce the General Manager of Development and Customer Service, Miss Cindy Hansen. Are you on the line?
I am. Can you hear me? Thanks, Van.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, everybody. So I'll just go ahead and get started because I know there's a lot going on today. So I just want to start off by saying what an absolute honor to be invited to your Saturday team training, especially as a guest. I like being a guest. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the Utah office and how things are progressing. and they are actually progressing quite rapidly. I've never worked for a company where there's been so much growth so quickly. And I'll give you a little bit of my background. I've worked for some really amazing companies. I have had a fantastic career. I've worked for Microsoft. I've worked for about 1.5 years with Toshiba. I've worked most recently with Adobe, and I've worked with 5 other major network marketing companies as well. So, but never have I experienced growth like what world is experiencing right now. It's a little overwhelming, but hey, I wear my jogging shoes to work every day, and we are on the run. I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your patience while we get things started. I know it has been absolutely a nightmare for some people because it's growing so quickly, and we are in a culture that we want answers now. We are impatient. We want to get moving. We have an absolutely fantastic product that we want to share with the world. Shipping has been a little bit delayed, but I honestly want to thank you for your patience and for sticking with us, because we're on a roll now and product is shipping. So World is less than a year old. We're still in our infancy. 2 of my kids had new babies over the last 1.5 years, and their comments were, how does anyone survive this? No sleep, no peace, changing diaper, no time for ourselves, no relaxing, nothing. How did they survive it? Sometimes wondering if the 9 months of misery, sickness, and can't move stage was even worth it. Now 1.5 years later, when these sweet miracles have reached a huge milestone in my kids' eyes, 1 year and 2.5 years, they're planning on doing it all over again. So just like a newborn baby, with each passing day, week, month, they saw growth and change and maturity in what was once thought to be a no end in sight nightmare. The newborn stage passed away rather quickly, given time. So Tuan and Van, can you put up that picture that I sent you of my 2 little grandbabies that were once such a miserable experience for their infancy or their newborn stages. With time that has passed so quickly, they never thought that they would get to this stage where they have the growth that the little babies have had now. Tuan's going to bring them up. There they are. Those 2 little things that caused so much sleepless nights and long days and wondering if anything was ever going to change. Well, it did, and there they are, and they're beautiful. So with time, things do get better. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of our timeline. So starting January 9th, when I moved into the office all alone, I started with a 6,000 square feet office space with nothing in it. Much to my surprise, I thought it would be furnished, and I thought the furniture and everything was already going to be in place. When they asked me to come and do the startup company, I had no idea that, in fact, it was literally starting up from just an empty building. And that I basically started everything from scratch, and I was given a very, very rapid timeline to get things done. So I get in there, and there wasn't even a chair to sit on. So I ran home, which was about a 45-minute commute, grabbed a card table and a chair, and headed back to the office. The whole time thinking, oh my gosh, where do I start? And what have I gotten myself into? So when I started posting for customer service positions and ordering cubicles and computers and setting up business licenses, that obviously took some time. I finally, 3 weeks later, had 3 customer service reps ready to start on Monday, and cubicles and computers were supposed to be delivered the following Saturday. And as I waited and tried to get a hold of somebody, they said that the cubicles had been put on back order. So I was a little, of course, frustrated. Actually, I was a lot frustrated because I had 3 people starting, and they had left other jobs and put their hope and trust in me that we were going to provide for them a fabulous opportunity and a culture that maybe they hadn't been used to working in call centers before, because that's my big goal, is to create a culture where people want to come, where they feel wanted, respected, and that get recognized for their hard work. Because I believe customer service, sitting at a cubicle all day, answering call after call, whether they be happy calls or disgruntled calls. It's a very, very hard thing to do. So I was very nervous when come Monday morning and I had 3 people show up to work and there was no computers and nowhere for them to sit. So we ran back home and got more chairs and more card tables for them all to sit on. And we started watching training videos on YouTube on our cell phones for almost 8 hours a day, just so we could have some training and get knowledgeable on what world and its culture was all about. It was, to say that I will never forget it. And I've had some pretty unusual things happen in my career, but as I look back just 4 short months ago, with 4 of us sitting around just laying on the floor, we brought pillows in, we did whatever we had to do, and we just sit there and watch YouTube videos all day long and try to learn the comp plan. I'm sure they thought I was all absolutely nuts when in the beginning, and I still kind of am. So now we have cubicles, we have computers, and we are up and running. We opened our call center officially around the 1st of April. We did a soft launch, and Alessandro announced in April that, you know, the lines were open and anybody could call in now. And wow, overwhelming. So let me tell you what we're going to do about that, or what we started to do about it. So in our Utah office, we staff our marketing team led by Antonio, who visits us quite regularly from Italy. He's there about every 3 weeks for a good 2 weeks. And the head of marketing there is Jeff Millett. We have a web designer, Bruce Farnsworth. Our graphics designer team is led by Matt Wangless. Our videographer is led by Corey Clough. And our copywriter and editor, Sierra Lumberg, who is in the process of making all of our current documents, for lack of better words, Americanized. So we're putting them in a different language, and we will be transforming all those documents into the respective languages moving forward. But as you can imagine, that takes a lot of time as well. They all have to go through legal, which all you guys know how long it takes to get things through legal. So, but we are working on it, and we are putting together processes that will make your guys' lives much easier and you guys more able to duplicate the things that are out there. Right now, we have 9 customer service team members, along with an elite rep that works closely with our presidents and above. We're in the process of hiring an additional 10 customer service reps. So I know you guys will all be happy to hear that. I spent this entire week interviewing over 50 people, and I will interview 100 more to get those perfect customer service reps in there. I'm very picky. I want someone even at an entry-level customer service rep to see the vision and fill the culture that we have created. So if I have to interview 50 more to get 10 more, I will. But we are, Fabio has said, Cindy, you do whatever you need to do to make this work and to keep our distributors happy. So I appreciate that from him, and we are working really hard to get that done. We're also hiring a tech support, which will take calls and help the field with their pairing and downloading of the app and all sorts of other technical things, which I know nothing about. We have a compliance rep coming on board that will ensure that all of our documents and everything are not only in a legal capacity correct, communication to make us compliant with the FTC as well. Alessandro, he visits every couple of weeks and stays for 2 weeks at a time, so it's always a joy to have him there. Fabio was here twice in the last month. It was a thrill to have him sit with me and have him approve all the things that we need to ramp up and speed up shipping. I've never worked with somebody that is so hands-on and quite so on board that just, he asked me, because I've been doing this for a long time, he says, you tell me what we need to do, Cindy, to make this, to make our distributors successful. So I appreciate the fact that he has that trust in me and allows me the time and the resources to get that done. I think one of the greatest things that we have done to improve situations in the last month is we've moved our logistics to a company in Salt Lake. And obviously they've started to fulfill, because we are getting phone calls saying, yay, I got my LX. So masses of orders are now being shipped out of logistics in Salt Lake, which is only 30 minutes from where our corporate office is. So I visit them and make sure they are doing things up to par and getting things taken care of. They are a logistics company that ships for, does fulfillment for over 40 network marketing companies here in Utah, so they know what they're doing and their processes are automated. So I feel like that has been just such a huge success and an answer to my prayers, so we can track these things. Italy has done and Miami has done a fabulous job. The only problem we run into, obviously, is the time zone change, and sometimes it's a little bit harder to communicate and find out where things are with that time zone change. So having our logistics in Salt Lake is going to be amazingly helpful for everyone. While Fabio was here last week, we streamlined our returns process. To date, returns and refunds have decreased significantly, and refunds are taking place a lot quicker. And they've also, the funny thing is that the field started seeing you guys out there, started seeing your product ship, and so they're like, hey, we don't want to cancel our product. We want it now that it's shipping. So it's been fabulous to get that product out there to you guys, and so just to kind of wrap up, slowly but surely, our newborn stage is growing into something sweet. The future belongs to those that are willing to get our hands dirty. Tuan, can you put up that other picture? In doing some research down, I think it was back in December, it said that we are stepping into a generation with the millennials and what have you, and the laziest generation of all time. I absolutely do not believe that when it comes to the network marketing industry. I have been in and out of the industry for almost 25 years. I've never seen anybody, including my time with big companies such as Microsoft and Adobe, I've never seen people that work harder than distributors do out in the field. They have tenacity where others don't. So I say the future belongs to those that are willing to still get our hands dirty. World is the future. It's my future, it's your future, and those that are willing to wait out the diaper changing stages. So there you have a little bit about what's going on at corporate and our rapid growth and our projections to make sure things are happening in a timely manner. And I know our hold times are almost unbelievable, but that's because of our growth. And like I said, we will continue to hire and get people in there to make sure that things are taken care of and get quality people in there. So there you go. There's the picture. The future belongs to the few of us, and I put in the word distributors, still willing to get their hands dirty. So I thank you guys. It really was an honor to be with you guys today. I was thrilled. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when I get in front of distributors because I think you guys are amazing. You're our powerhouse. You have so much to teach me. So again, Tuan and Van, thank you for inviting me, and we look forward to seeing all of you in Bangkok in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Cindy. We appreciate it so much. And I know our team is so excited to hear from you. They're going crazy right now in the chat box right now. So you did amazing. And we just so appreciate your time. I know you are in the middle of family stuff. But again, Tuan and I and our whole entire team just want to thank you guys for all your efforts and everything that you guys do. Even though we don't necessarily get to see it all the time, we tell our teams that you don't realize the type of sacrifice you guys have to go through just to kind of deliver what we need to continue to build in the field. So again, we can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you guys and everybody in the corporate office. And again, thank you so much for taking time with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, guys. All right, awesome. Well, hopefully you guys got a chance to hear everything. It's amazing. I always tell people, never judge a person until you walk in their shoes. And it's kind of, I think it's funny when you kind of hear some of the stories where maybe at the time he probably didn't think it was the funniest thing happening. But just to hear things like there was no chair or desk for her to sit on, and they would bring pillows, and they were watching YouTube videos.
Okay, so what I want you to do, so remember.
Hang on, guys. I got to mute.
So this is just like.
Mark, we can hear you.
Oops, sorry.
No worries. Okay. Awesome, guys. Make sure you keep your line muted. But as I was sharing with you guys, just kind of hearing all that, you don't realize what it was like for her when she got in, and they are doing the best that they can with what they have, and they're continuing to grow out what is going to be one of the best companies you've ever witnessed grow in network marketing. So again, we wanted you guys just to hear that so you know what's going on the corporate side, because again, I know sometimes whether it's you or someone in your team may feel frustrated and they feel like things aren't growing fast enough. At the end of the day, guys, that's never really the case. It's our expectation, and what we expect of the company sometimes is unrealistic because the company grew so quickly. We want them to be up to par with what we expect. But guys, you got to learn to put yourself in the position of Fabio and all of the executives that even though you want to have the best company, it does take time to get to that point, and you got to be willing to be patient with it. And so we wanted you guys to hear from Cindy just to give you guys assurance that she knows everything that's going on, and she's working as quickly as she can to really get customer service, logistic all in place so that you have the confidence that you need as you go out there and you share your business. So before we go into bringing on our guest trainer, a couple of things that I want to do before we bring them on board. Tuan is going to hop on in a second, but I really want to set the expectations in a right place, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys may have experience in the industry. Some of you guys are brand new to network marketing. Some of you guys may have done other companies, but this is a company that you're 100% putting your energy into it, and you're not quite sure what to expect because we never know what to expect in any business. The one thing that Tuan and I have learned long ago is when you go to build a business, most of it you have to build through faith. What does that mean? Is that trying to predict the future, using the past, is not living with faith. Living with faith is putting one step in front of the other and knowing that everything will always work out, right? So that's what living with faith and building with faith means. And that's what happened when Tuan and I got started back in October. Guys, can you imagine the story Cindy was telling you of when she was starting customer service? When Tuan and I got started, they had absolutely no customer service. Customer service was only located in Italy. I remember taking naps throughout the night just so that I could wake up at a late hour in the early morning hours to make sure I was in the time zone of Italy to help with customer service issues. And guys, the only form of communication was through Messenger. Like that was how we were talking to corporate when Tuan and I first got started. So for what we have right now, it has definitely grown and improved. I remember the day that they announced the soft launch of customer service. I remember telling T and Tuan, I'm so excited because I actually get a full night's sleep. I actually get to sleep all the way through because I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and do customer service. And that was just so exciting for Tuan and I. And just to kind of see where the company's at today, it's actually, I'm so grateful I was there in the beginning because now I look back and all the times I've been frustrated they've grown to be some of the greatest memories that I look back on with some of the people that all got started in the beginning with us, and we laugh about it today because we're like, oh my gosh, can you guys remember when we used to go through this struggle? It's amazing how far we've come as a company, right? And so a couple things that I want to talk about is your expectation building in technology. Now, the reason why I want to do this part of my talk is because we're not used to technology in network marketing. For the first time ever, we have a company that provides a product that is nowhere in the industry. What you're used to in the industry is a consumable product or a service, whether it's insurance or it's, companies that help you lower your cable bill or help you lower your electricity bill. That's what we're used to in the industry of network marketing. But never before have any company come on board to introduce product in the technology arena in a growing trend. And so what to expect out of it, guys, I want you to know that when you get into world, expect that building technology is probably one of the most frustrating thing you're going to do, but it's absolutely the most lucrative thing you can be a part of. If any of you guys are a fan of the Shark Tank, you will hear time and time again Mark Cuban talk about how technology is where you should be investing. Technology is what he looks for, because Mark Cuban, that's where the bulk of his wealth came from, by investing or creating technology. So I want to share with you guys what to expect when you're building in world. And guys, I like to keep it real. I like people to know their expectation, but I also show why is there hope. Okay, so with us, we are a growing trend in wearable technology. Now, some of you guys like to compare us to a Fitbit, or some of you guys like to compare us to a Garmin. Some of you guys get frustrated and you have people in your network say, I don't want to wear the Hilo, I'm going to wear a Fitbit. So for sake of relating, I'm going to use Fitbit and Garmin as an example. Now, some of you guys might sit here and be like, the Hilo, whatever. Some of you guys might be so excited, so this doesn't even regard you. Some of you guys may be frustrated to the point where you want to throw your Hilo band up against the wall, right? So this is what I want you guys to see. What to expect when building technology is I'm on Facebook, and this is the Fitbit and Garmin community. Sorry, guys. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Oops. Hold on. Okay. So I am on the Facebook of Fitbit right now. Now, guys, Fitbit, if you go onto their site, because you guys can all agree that we all tend to get frustrated with technology, not just with our Hilo product, but with technology as a whole. I know there's times where I want to throw my Apple phone up against the wall because I can't stand it. I know I was pissed off at Apple when it deleted all of my videos and my pictures of the last 2 years, and I had to go buy a new phone. But here's the thing. Even though we get frustrated, we're so forgiving when it comes to technology, because technology makes our life easy. So we're willing to forgive it more quickly than other things that we tend to use, right? So here's what I'm trying to say is that when you get onto Fitbit's community, most of the posts, it's kind of funny. You're going to laugh and be like, oh, this sounds like the Hilo. A lot of it is complaining from consumers. Now, I promise you there's a positive twist to this. So if you go through it, it's kind of funny. I was on it the other day, and I was just reading post after post after post after post, and it's so relatable to what we're going through in the Hilo, and it's so relatable in what we're going through with World. It was inspiring me. So if you go through and you look at some of these comments, it's crazy. Look, someone had posted a picture of their Fitbit melting. Right? They were, what are you doing?
Make it bigger. No one can read it.
Oh, well, you don't really need to do it. Sorry. Twan likes to come in and distract me. Okay, so you read all of this stuff. This person's complaining, Victoria's complaining that she spent over $2,000 in Fitbit watches. Okay, I promise you there's a positive twist behind this, right? Sad crying face, right? And then they complain about customer service. And this part, I thought it was hilarious. I was on the line with someone, and check this part out. It's probably going to remind you of us, is Garmin right now is in back order. So the Garmin is not even available to purchase, and shipment is not even ready for another 5 to 8 weeks. This is actually a consumer that posted on May 4th, which is 2 days ago. She goes, when is it going to be ready? Your website still says 5 to 8 weeks, right? Again, delay in shipment and inventory. Now, guys, I'm not bashing anything. I'm saying that even though Garmin and Fitbit have the same issues we're going through, Fitbit is now an $8 billion company. And I just read an article that Fitbit has now beat the GoPro. Guys, GoPro is a wearable technology. It's camera. But this goes to show you the trend of wearable wristbands is growing beyond when they actually projected that GoPro was going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. Last year, it was projected below $1 billion. So it dropped below $1 billion for GoPro, and Fitbit beat it. Garmin, even though Garmin's in back order and no one has received their product and it won't be available for another 5 to 8 weeks, last year's projection of Garmin's net worth, $1.5 billion. So guys, even though these companies deal with the same struggle that the Hilo goes through, they still grew themselves to either $1 billion or multi-billion-dollar company. Now, guys, why is World so amazing? Because these two companies, you don't have an opportunity with them. Know that they're going through the same concerns that we all go through. But here's the best part about our company is that we all get to participate from the opportunity standpoint, and the company pays out 50% to the field in compensation. So let's just say the minimum, the company hits $1.5 billion in sales. Well, they're going to take $750 million to pay out to the field. Are you going to stick around long enough to be a part of that $750 million payout? That is what Cindy's referring to, is that only the few will be able to get their hands dirty, be around long enough to see the growth happening. It's happening right before our eyes. Sometimes we let the negativity blind ourselves from seeing that growth. But I want you guys to know that this is where you gotta be. This is where technology is the growing trend. And I went and I Googled up some things just to give you guys an idea of why technology is where it's at. Guys, you guys have probably heard of all these products. Gatorade, Chanel products. We all know Chanel bags, makeup, different things that they do, clothing. Frito-Lay's, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Why am I saying all this stuff, guys? I'm going to go through and let you know why technology. So Gatorade, I don't know how long it's been around. It's heavily promoted as the drink for athletes to drink to, I guess, get their electrolytes in after running and, sweating everywhere and losing all their nutrients, whatever. So they promote Gatorade. Well, Gatorade is a $4.8 billion company, okay? Chanel. Every woman knows what a Chanel bag is, or Chanel makeup, or clothing, or shoes, whatever it is, right? Chanel is worth $7 billion. Frito-Lay's literally dominates the junk food category. That's a $28.2 billion company. Coca-Cola, been around forever, staple drink for a lot of people. It's a $170 billion company. Pepsi, $127 billion. Why am I saying this, guys? Because nothing trumps technology. You guys know Apple? Apple's worth $700 billion. Google, $527 billion. A lot of these companies came after all these consumable products that I just listed to you guys, but yet they're listed higher than them. Samsung, $177 billion. Microsoft, which once was thought the greatest technology company out there, is now $86.5 billion. And Microsoft has been around longer than all those other tech companies that I was mentioning, but yet they trumped Microsoft because they're coming out with different technology. And here's why technology is where you want to go. Because guys, if you walk into a Best Buy, guess what? You're only going to find a small amount of companies that focus on technology. You ever notice that? When you walk into Best Buy, you tend to only see a small percentage of companies that are working in the technology arena. The reason why? Because it's one of the hardest arenas to be in, but it's the most lucrative. All right, guys, I got to figure out who that is. Sorry, guys, hang on. Let me just mute everyone. All right, guys. It's one of the most difficult arenas, but guys, it's the most lucrative. And the ones that stay in it are able to deal with the hiccups, deal with the frustration from a consumer, go through all that. It tends to grow to be the largest things that you participate in. When you think about walking into a grocery store, how many different brands of sauce are you going to find? Even barbecue sauce, it's endless amount of shelves. Go online, endless amount of brands in that same category. So it's so heavily saturated, it's hard to make a wealthy, a wealthy legacy out of it. So many different companies are entering in the arena of, I'm just going to use sauce, barbecue sauce. So many different people are putting their sauce on the market, but it's so saturated, it's hard to become a well-established brand, right? But here, very few people actually want to step into the realm of technology because it's so difficult. But the ones that do are usually the visionaries that are going to stick it through long enough to develop out their company to be a household name. And that's what Fabio's goal is with the Hilo. And so my whole point of why am I sharing this with you guys is because you're going to go through the frustration of doing technology, but know that this is where it's going to be. This is where longevity is based on the history of what's going on in society. So I wanted to take my moment and just kind of share with you guys that, because all the times that you're going to feel frustrated, please embed it into your head that that is a part of the process. But if you stick around long enough, you are going to see some of the most lucrative payout you've ever witnessed for you and your family. And for Tuan and I, for the first time ever in our career in over 12 years, we have never earned the type of income we're earning with World ever in our career. And we worked 10 times harder in our last company, and we didn't get paid as much as we're getting paid today. So guys, I want you to know you're in the right place, you're in the right company, and we're all here to help you guys get to where you want to be financially for you and your family. So that is pretty much my end. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Tuan to kind of share with you guys some new and exciting things before we go ahead and introduce our special guest trainers on the line. So Tuan, are you on the line?
I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome stuff. You know what? I remember when you actually showed me those comments, I'm like, no, that has to be World. That can't be Garmin. And I started looking at it myself. I was just flipping out. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is Garmin. You know, it is Fitbit. But yeah, it's amazing stuff that you were able to share with everybody. And I hope everyone's able to digest that and absorb that, because we are in an amazing spot. We are very lucky where we're at. And a lot of times people don't realize that, because I believe that it's not the fact that people don't recognize it. It's hard to recognize it because we were taught a language, you know, from the day we went to school all the way up to college and even beyond college, a language that's called employee. So we constantly wear this employee hat all the time, and we can't shake that hat off, right? We're constantly wearing it all the time. So it's hard to put yourself in an entrepreneur mindset to be able to grab a hold of an opportunity just like this. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I just want to jump out of the window. Certain things that happen and packages that gets delayed and stuff like that. But if you can just change your perspective, just like what Van said, and be able to see it from where Cindy's coming from, which I'm so glad that we got a chance to see her. It gives you an ability to see it from, you know, from the company's heart, to see that we're all in the trenches together, not just us, but the company as well. So amazing stuff. Thank you, Hun, for being able to share that and be able to invite Cindy on as well. And guys, that was Van's idea. So I don't want to take any credit for having Cindy on. So guys, my portion is really short, and then we're going to hop back on at the end just to give you guys some action plans after our special guests that are hopping on. But I just want to give you guys some updates, right? So when we first started Team World, we started from our bedroom. What I mean by that is that the moment we signed up, we got so excited, and we just created a video, a first step video, a getting started right video. And, we just barely put on a website together. So I'm really excited to announce that our team is going to become more classier, more fabulous. And by the way, Hun, can you do me a favor? Can you, I can't share screen, by the way. So I'm going to have her show the website real quick, just to give you guys a quick idea. And this is our website right here. So it's live. It's official. Go ahead and, Hun, go ahead and actually press the X button right there. Cool. So just to give you guys an idea, this is our newest website. It's still being in works right now. Our web designer is working on it as we speak, but it's fully set up. Guys, it's live already. There's a couple of things that has to be worked on right now, but it's live, it's operational, and it is so beautiful, guys. It's something where you want to send your team to, and it's going to feature your leadership, which is what's incredible, right? So I want to give you guys a quick tour real quick. So we're going to click on testimonials, and this is awesome. So one of the things that we're going to implement in here is that within the testimonials, your leadership, your diamond is going to be featured on here. Now we haven't been able to get a hold of all the diamonds, but you're going to be able to actually see them on here once we get it updated. But by the way, it's gonna be like a 12-second delay, hun. So just give it time because they're actually working out the cash on this thing. But what's cool about this is that your diamond is gonna be featured on here. So you know, like if you're part of like T's team or Stacy's team, or you're part of Rodney's team or Layla's team, and I don't want to just throw out names or anything like that, but your diamond is on here, okay? And they look good, they look fabulous, they look classy. There's stories on here. Now, we haven't added the share function yet, but we're going to be able to give you the ability to text and share their story. How cool is that, right? So before you're able to get someone on a three-way call, let's say you want to get Alyssa Tabbitt on a three-way call, right? You're like, hey, I want to introduce you to my business partner. She's incredible. You can actually press the share button, have it emailed, have it text, and they can actually read their story before you get your diamond on the phone, before you get your president on the phone with your prospect. How cool is that? They get a chance to read the story. You get a chance to be able to have them be edified, and so that you can connect them on the phone. So now that person, your expert, becomes more real to your prospect. So that's going to be really cool. In addition to that, we've actually, I guess you can say, we boosted up the events calendar. So the events calendar is going to be very simple to navigate. So it's going to be so cool. So you're going to be able to, I believe you're going to be able to differentiate between what's a webinar, what's a training. As this upcoming year that's coming up, as soon as we finish up this year and going into 2018, I mean, we're looking far into the future. We're going to have a lot of events, that's going to happen either every month or every 60 days. So you're going to be able to actually identify, where your local events are or whatnot. So this is going to be a great calendar for you to navigate, for you to search, and you can, when you click on it, you can actually see all the details that you're able to share it with people as well. Okay, so we're going to click on the downloads. So on the download section, what's cool about this is that we're going to be able to actually add as much documents from compliance and terms and conditions and all the stuff like that. All the documents that are really important, it's going to be updated on here. Plus, we're going to have thumbnails on it, so you can actually see what that document is. So you don't, the newest slide is going to be on here. Any of the trainings that we do is going to be on here, but it's going to have a thumbnail so you know exactly what you're actually looking at. Okay, so this is going to be updated. It's going to be beautiful. And let's see, what else can we actually share? Guys, I think the last few things that we're going to focus on is personal development, personal growth. One of our mentors, Ben Kane, he was a Millionaire Club member in a former company. He mentored Van and I, and he said that when you start a team, make sure it's founded on great values. And the number one value that you want to focus on is personal growth. Okay, not product, not how-tos. All that stuff is important. We're going to teach the how-tos. We're going to teach the facts and stuff like that. But you want your organization, you want your team to be founded on personal development. So every month we're going to load up on recommendation of books that your leadership reads. If they're reading it and it's made an impact in their life, we're going to actually have them list that book on here. They can click on it. They can download it. We want it accessible for anybody to be able to actually pick up the book and be able to read it, guys. And I think the last thing we're going to tell you is that we also have a newsletter as well. So when you go through the homepage, you're able to actually, on the very bottom, you can subscribe to the newsletter. So anytime that you want to get reminded about maybe a very important webinar, maybe you actually have a grand president millionaire that's going to be presenting and whatnot, you don't want to miss it. On the very bottom, you can actually go ahead and subscribe to the e-newsletter, and that way we can actually have someone send you the notification right away, guys. The last thing I want to bring up to you guys, which I can't show you, I have it on my computer, but by today, we're going to load up the Getting Started Right training. It's professionally done. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. It's classy. This video is actually going to help your new members get started right. And so they can watch this video. It's going to be short, straight to the point. It's going to be, I think, 30 minutes or less, but it's going to walk through the 6 steps of getting started right. Oh, and one more thing. The diamonds don't know this, but we're going to actually pick out the best of the best that their strength is, let's say, recruiting. Their strength is 3-way calls, and their strength is, maybe learning about the mindset, whatever the case is. Couple of different training segments that are absolutely important. We're going to create a training vault, and we're going to actually have that available on this site. So that way you don't have to repeat yourself. If someone says, I don't know how to do a 3-way call, you can say, hey, go to the website, click in this, watch this training under the training vault. So when they watch it, they can learn how to do a 3-way call right away. You don't have to teach them. They watch it, and then they can get right into it, you guys. So our whole job as your leadership, not Van and I, but your diamonds, your double diamonds, your grand diamonds, we all have come together every single week in Mastermind. And our goal is to make your business simple, efficient, duplicatable, so you can do what you do best. And what is that? Enroll customers and enroll more distributors. That's what we want you to focus on. We don't want you to train them. We don't want you to teach them anything. Let the system do the work for you. You go out there and do what you do best. So guys, we're so excited, and stay tuned, you guys. Don't log off. The training that you're going to get is absolutely amazing. I'm going to bring Van back up so that she can introduce our guest trainers. But as soon as they're done, guys, Van and I, we're excited. We have some important announcements that we're going to share with you that is going to help you explode your business aside of all the things we just shared. So with that, Van, I'm going to pass it to you so that you can introduce our guest trainers.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks so much, guys. And I want you guys to know that not me, because I am not the tech person, because if you ever ask me to show you how to set up your Helo, don't ask me. I actually barely learned how to register someone on my WeCare. So Tuan is the one that's always up late at night doing this stuff. I just approve certain things, but for the most part, I'll give him all the credit for the website because he is the tech one. So I definitely want to thank you guys for your patience. I know some of you guys are sick and tired of seeing our bed in the background. So you're going to have a better video to actually share with your newest team members to help them get their first rank advancement and their first paycheck with World Global Network. Our goal is to make your life easier, because the number one thing that people fail to realize and understand in network marketing and why they never build a large team that replicates is because they don't realize that you need to follow a system. It needs to be where whether you're involved or not, your business will still grow. And the whole point of us putting this together is to provide that system for you to plug your people into, and that's what's going to give you that time and financial freedom. Because if your team is constantly depending on you, you will never take a break. But if you want that lifestyle, you want to travel Italy for a month, or, take off to a backpack safari in the jungle somewhere, I don't know. In order for you to have that, you have to have a system in place. And what I love about what the whole leadership crew is doing for you guys is we're implementing it now so that it becomes the rhythm for you. And 50 generations down the line, everybody knows to push this system. And that is how you leverage yourself out of the business. So guys, this is what is so exciting for us. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get myself out of the way, and I am going to introduce the guest trainers for this training module. I'm excited to have them on board. You guys, they're a young couple. They're still in their 20s. They have successful careers outside of this business. That's the amazing part, is that they're successful outside of this business, but they came in, they followed a simple system, and they never let up. They are some of the most positive people you'll ever be around. I don't think I've ever heard anything negative come out of their mouth. They have the best attitude. They're willing to help. They travel for their team. These guys are just on fire. They have been with the company in a short amount of time. They achieved that pinnacle rank of diamond, and they're actually on track of helping another group of team members, another set of leadership develop out right now. And guys, again, these guys do it around their busy schedule on their other careers. They build world around it. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce Diamond Rank, Alyssa Tabbitt, and Freddie Smith as your special guest trainers. So go ahead and take the call away, Alyssa.
Yes. Hi, guys. Can you hear me? See me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, everyone, hello. We're so excited to be here. I'm speaking on Freddie's behalf because obviously he'll be here in just a minute, but I'm going to start it off. First and foremost, you guys, this morning was absolutely incredible. We are so lucky to be on this amazing team. I mean, starting off with Seth Remus, just what a wonderful presentation. Van and Tuan, you guys are always so creative, and we just appreciate you so much. And Cindy, my God, that story, thank you for sharing. Like, we really have a dynamite team, and I couldn't be more honored to be here. So who am I? Well, guys, Alyssa Tabbitt, and I am dialing in from what usually is sunny SoCal, Los Angeles, California, but it's kind of rainy today, so I can't really say that. And my background was, for the past 3 years, I was running a anti-aging business with my partner, Freddie Smith. And prior to that, I had been working as an executive assistant pretty much for my entire adult life, if you will. And I'll never forget, it was 2014, and I would come home from work. Freddie would always ask me, like, hey, babe, how's your day going? And it hit me because anytime I would respond or answer to him, it was always just a negative, pretty much like same thing, different day, you know, nothing to look forward to. I wasn't really helping anyone. I was an executive assistant, and, you know, I was really good at it, but it didn't fulfill me in any way really much. So it was that moment that I go, okay, I need to figure something out because I can't live my whole life for this, you know, there was no purpose. So again, it was 2014 and I was at work, and of course, guys, what do we do when we're at our job? We're on Facebook, and I was scrolling away, and I saw a friend of mine being recognized for earning 6 figures his first year with an anti-aging company working from home. And I go, this is really interesting. And it really piqued my interest. It was just enough that I saw that piqued my interest. So I reached out to him, and I ended up going to an event, and I was introduced to this incredible industry that we call network marketing. And I really ran with this company for 3 years. And the coolest thing for me is I had no experience in this business, but I plugged in, I was very coachable, and I followed the system. And within my first few months, I actually supplemented my income. So I was able to quit that job, and I've been lucky enough to work from home now for the past 3 years, which has been just such an amazing dream and an amazing life for me. But this is what's interesting. So Freddie, I guess I'll share his story for him too. He had a lot of success outside of, you know, working from home in our anti-aging business. And he actually is an actor. He's on a show called Days of Our Lives. Woo-hoo, love that show. I'm just kidding. I don't watch it. I'm the worst girlfriend ever. But he has been on that show for 7 years now. And what's really cool too, he also won an Emmy 2 years ago. He always gets so embarrassed when I bring that up, but I'm like his little stage mom. I'm so proud of him. I think that's a really cool thing for someone to make happen. So he is like killing it in life. And here I was on the other spectrum, and I was an executive assistant. I didn't really love what I was doing. And so when we found entrepreneurship, when we found being able to help others, like that was it. It was the most beautiful marriage. We were like, we're home. This is amazing. But for Freddie, what's interesting, because it's daytime television, the residual income isn't what it should be. You know, if you're on a primetime show and it goes into syndication, I mean, you're good for life. But with days, you know, once he leaves, that paycheck will stop, and the residual is just like, okay, because it's daytime television. So we loved residual income. We learned right off the bat how important it was. And this is what's really crazy. So in our past company, we were about 10 months in. I was doing it full time. He was doing it pretty much every moment he wasn't on the show. And we ended up flying to Ohio for a little business. We also had a wedding. But guys, when we were there, life kind of smacked us in the face a little bit, and we learned how unpredictable life can be and just how imperative residual income is. And when we were there, we got in this crazy, horrible car accident. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I'm so lucky to be here today. Like so lucky. And the accident, it put me in the hospital for 3 months. I had to relearn to walk. I've had 11 surgeries in the past 2 years. So needless to say, I wasn't always able to work, you know, and what really saved me was being able to focus solely on my recovery. Jumping back, I had zero financial burden over my head or stress about that. I got to focus solely on getting better. And that, I'm telling you guys, because of residual income, I want to just continue helping the entire world to be able to have that as well, because we don't know what's going to happen with the economy, with life. Things happen. That's just life, right? But we can't let it define us. We have to keep going, keep pushing. So we learned right away how incredible residual can be. And what's really interesting is in the beginning of this year in January, a mere, 16 weeks ago, we got introduced to this incredible product by someone we just love, adore, and respect, Mr. Seth Remus. And we saw it, and within 10 minutes, we go, this is what we've been waiting for. This is technology, the team, the company, everything about it, the comp plan. It was just the easiest decision probably we ever had to make in our life. And to kind of prove that it's a clue that we really are in the greatest space ever, what took us 14 months to do in our past company in the anti-aging space, we did in 14 weeks here. So technology is the best. I'm so stoked to be here with you guys. And if it's cool with you, I just want to be kind of open and real and raw with you and share with you what we do, what's really been working for our team, and, you know, give you guys a little bit of verbiage and a little game plan. So if you guys have pen and paper, I definitely would write this stuff down because you think you might remember and you probably won't. I know that always happens to me. So first and foremost, guys, let's go over the top 2 things you must do the second you get started or the second you get someone else started, okay? So the first 24 hours, you must do a welcome call. Okay, welcome calls are key. You have to introduce them to their upline, their team. They just got started. Whether they're brand new to this industry or not, they need to know who is there for them. They need to meet their support team. And you're also introducing the fact that we utilize 3-way calls in this business and how key they are. You're introducing them to the easiest system to follow. So please, 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 first 24 hours, they're excited, they're hot off the press. You gotta introduce them to your upline and your support team. So that's number 1. Number 2 is within the first 48 hours, you want to make sure they get something we call a game plan. So game planning pretty much is going over exactly, you know, what path you want to take, how quickly you want to move, and really just setting them on the right track. And if it's cool with you guys today, I would love to just do a real live game plan and pretend you're all someone that's brand new on my team and what I would say and do with you, because we've been having a lot of success with that. So those are the 2 things. I just want to start it off, guys, with, we have a little poem here. And if you know they exist, put them on your list. Easy enough, right? So we have every new distributor make a list of 100 minimum. We want to have a lot of people to work with here, right? So we all can jog that memory. We can go back to when we had babysitters or, you know, our doctors or whatever it may be. You got to make a list of 100. Go to your Facebook. I guarantee you probably have all of those people, friends, at least 100, right? And if you don't, that's okay. We'll work with what you got. But that's what we usually like to tell people, a list of 100. Now, remember, guys, less is more here, okay? Say less to more people. You don't want to be that person who's sending paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. Oh my goodness, Lord, please don't do it. It's not going to end well. I have this little game I play with myself when I'm texting with prospects. I like to try and say less than what they're saying. It's a weird psychological thing, but it works. So say less to more people. And we don't sell or convince here. We just share and we sort. So remember that. There are people out there literally dying for this product. I'm not kidding you, like everyone wants a Helo. I've been so amazed that when I share the videos with people, just, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Like I never really used to get that in my other company because it's anti-aging. People wanted to see, how does it work? What's it smell like? Can I try it? Here we don't have any of that. We don't have parties. Y'all, we do this through videos and Zooms, and you guys have a incredible team that offers these Zooms for you. So let's remember that. So remember, we sort here, right? So with that list of 100, we're sorting. Think of a deck of cards. There are X amounts of kings, queens, aces, but in order to get to those king, queens, and aces, you got to go through some 2s, 3s, 4s. You know, that's just how it is. So we're sorting here. We're really figuring out, you know, who would be someone who would be amazing and would be on your team that would be really beneficial to you. So we do 2 exposures a day, 5 days a week, at least. I like to do 7, but I'm wild, so sorry, not sorry. But depending on you, you know, we want to make sure that you guys are keeping track of it. If you don't have a notepad, guys, I go through these babies like crazy. I also have a whiteboard where I have everything else written down, but if you're not organized here, it's going to be really hard to follow up because you have to remember fortune is in the follow-up. I'll say it again. Fortune is in the follow-up. Do you know how many people, if I didn't follow up with them, it would be really hard to build a team. It's the biggest thing and the most important thing in the world. You got to follow up. And that being said, I also am really loving voice notes these days because people can feel your energy. You know, your vibe is very important. And that's going to be kind of my next point here is, this is so silly, but your vibe attracts your tribe. So you want to have a core, strong, incredible, fabulous business. You got to have that energy, right? So this is kind of crazy, but for us, for Freddie and myself, we love us some rap music. It makes us just feel so good inside. So before we're doing our exposures for the day or whatever, we blast some of our favorite songs and we just get in the groove so we are ready to rock it. Other times I might be like, you know what? I got to read my 10 pages today of my self-development to get me in that mindset because you guys, your schedule is everything. If you don't have a schedule, if you're not planning tomorrow before tomorrow begins, your day is just going to be completely, you know, crazy. Like who knows? There's no direction. So you want to make sure that you guys have a schedule. So I'm going to go over now a little bit of verbiage of what we like to do. So you got this list of 100, right? So let's start with the first 2. I love getting the ball rolling with people and just saying like, hey Seth, how's it going? You know, you want to say hello to someone really quick. You don't want to just send a video to them. Please don't ever do that. Don't just send a video ever to anyone without any guide of what's coming because it's not going to end well. You want to catch up for a minute. You know, hey, Seth, how's it going? I haven't talked to you in a minute. What's going on in life? They're going to answer. And then after that, they're going to ask you what's going on. And this is the easiest thing. Literally, with Seth, because of his direction, he came up with a lot of this. We've been using it, and he's the man because it works like a charm. So we like to say, you know, they're going to say, okay, how are you doing? Say, I'm amazing. I just partnered with a couple very successful friends in a tech company. I thought of you. You've got to see what's going on. How easy is that, you guys? So again, I partnered with a couple very successful friends of mine in a tech company. I thought of you. You got to see what's going on. And from there, people will be like, oh, cool, amazing, what is it? Instead of just talking and trying to explain what it is, because we don't do that here, this little line I'm about to give you is going to make you a lot of money. You're going to say, I'll send you the link. Okay, so from there, what we love to do is send the 2-minute video, goes over the product, it's great, people can see what it is. And another note I want to tell you guys, because I've seen this happen before through screenshots, don't just say, you know, hey, partner with a couple successful friends, you got to see what's going on, and then send the link with it. You got to ask permission. You know, you're talking to people. You don't ever want to just spam people with this video because it's a really special video. You really want to protect it, and you want to protect who sees it and who you let into your inner circle. So be picky. I know I am. I mean, I know with Freddie and I, we have a ton of people that we could call up and get started tomorrow, but we're not doing that because we want to keep a positive energy in our business, because that's what's going to sustain it. That's what's going to grow it. It's going to be an incredible group of people that we love working with. I mean, I think of my team now, and they always make me so happy. Anytime my phone rings and I see their name, I guarantee you it's someone I always love because we really protected our culture. And that ultimately is just the end goal for me, for the least part, because you want to have, a positive tribe. Vibe attracts your tribe. So from there, guys, you say, I'll send you the link, right? And one of a few things is going to happen. People always, I'm telling you, have a positive feedback to this. We really have just been so in awe of what people say, because most people are going to say, this is amazing. This is really cool. Ooh, I could see, my parents using this. It's always going to be a positive feedback because of what the product is. So yay us, right? That's really cool. And so from there, this is what we would say. So say someone goes, oh, this is really cool. You're just going to say, I know, I got super lucky. We should partner up. We could take over LA, or we could take over wherever you're, living at. Or you could say something, I know I got super lucky. I'm putting together my inner circle right now. I thought of you. We should talk. And after that, people are always going to ask another question. And this is the beauty of the business, guys. All you have to say is, hey, I'm running into a meeting, or hey, my lunch break is over, whatever would be real for you. We should connect tonight. What time works better for you, 6 or 8 p.m.? If you give people 2 choices, you're going to get an answer. So you want to give them 2 choices. They're going to tell you what's up. And the second you confirm it, that's when you get out your phone and you go, oh my gosh, Seth, Van, Tuan, whoever it is, whoever's your upline, 3-way at 6 p.m., ? And that's it. You're going to get them now on a 3-way, but you weren't all weird and awkward saying, oh, maybe I could introduce you to an upline of mine. Oh my God, no, we don't do that here, guys. We're cool. So we want to have fun with it. We want to have a great energy. So you have it confirmed. Now you have this 3-way. So if you guys aren't doing 3-ways, your business, I don't know, it's going to be really hard to grow, because getting yourself out of the way is the most important part. And what we do here is when you call them that evening, catch up, be normal, be yourself. That's why they like you. Just be you. And say, yeah, well, I'm brand new to the company, because they're going to start asking you questions. Look, I'm brand new, but I'm working with some really great people. Remember I was telling you, oh my goodness, you got to hear my friend Van's story. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can get her on. She's super busy. Don't ask for permission. Just conversational, fun, whatever feels good to you. So again, guys, hang on a second. I'm still brand new. Let me see if I can get my friend Van on the phone. 1 minute. You got to hear a story. And then I will dial in Van. And now once you have the calls merged, guys, the biggest thing not to do, don't say, okay, Van, you there? Okay, Seth, you there? Okay, go. Because I've had that happen many times in my career, and that's just not good. So what you're going to want to do instead is say, okay, Seth, I just got my friend Van. Van, would you mind sharing your story? Or, hey, Seth, I just got Van. Van, this is Seth. I wanted to introduce you guys. Because from there, they're going to take it. And it's a cool, fun way to bring on the expert and let them do their thing. I mean, that's why they're experts. So again, all you're really doing is piquing interest, sharing a video, and doing a 3-way call. And then one of a few things will happen after the 3-way call. So we've had people who right then and there, they're like, great, let's sign up. And then, I would go and sign them up, or whoever is the one prospecting them. You walk them through it. That way they know they have no questions and they're good to go. Some might want to see something else. So what's really cool about this team is we have Zooms all the time, guys. All the time. So you really should be inviting your prospects for that next exposure onto the Zoom. Or if it's not for them, then it's not for them, and on to the next, right? It's super simple. So again, we're just sorting here, guys, and it's so easy. And I just wanted to see, I have a couple questions that people might get and the answers that we use. So have you guys ever gotten this one? Okay, so are you selling this? Is this something you sell? You want to be proud, you guys. You got to say, yes, we are helping bring this amazing product to market. It's just been in the US for 7 months, So easy. Yes, of course I am. I'm bringing this product to market. We're so excited. It's only been in the US since September. They're going to go, That sounds cool. I'm into that. You know, they're going to want to know more. So be proud. Heck yeah, we're selling this. But we're not posting about it on Facebook. Don't even get me started on that one. We're being really fun and cool and positive on Facebook. Please don't spam post ever. Second question, guys, is it an MLM? Okay, again, be proud. Yes, this is the first of its kind. There are no parties, no product prospecting, and no inventory. I got super lucky. Heck yeah, own that, guys. We're so lucky it's an MLM. We do everything from this. Do you know how many hours I spent in my past company in people's living rooms? Oh my God, on the road in traffic. It was just a hot mess. It was not a home-based business. I honestly spent more time out of my house than in my home building the business, but that isn't true here. It's so accurate. I work from this desk and that couch like all day long. It's so pathetic, but I love it. So it's been really good. And then lastly, how much does it cost? So again, verbiage is really important here and the way that you share it. So what we like to do, I'll say, for 1 kilo, it's $3.19, but here's what's cool. If a consumer buys the family pack, they're only $2.45 a piece. So that way you're kind of introducing the family pack. And it's really funny because on my team, we have this culture where we call it the Fam Jam. And it's just Team Fam Jam all day. That's all we sign up. Like, that's all we promote because you're going to move a lot quicker with a Fam Jam or a family pack. And if you're doing the business, you got to get in at the Fam Jam pack because I'm telling you, everything in this business is duplicatable. What you do is what your entire team's going to do. So if people are going to say, well, what did she get started for? Oh, I got the single. Okay, I'll get a single too, which is fine. And I mean, take it from me. In my last company, I had to borrow money to get started. Like I was broke because I live in LA and it's expensive here. But if you can, I mean, we've had people who take loans out, like they see the value in this and they know that they can win here. And that's important because when I see that, I know that I'm going to partner with that person and I am going to be so, sure that we get them to success because they see the value in this. So really Fam Jam's the way to go. And you're going to have extra bands. You can get them out on people and they're walking billboards. I mean, I still have my old one. I'm waiting so patiently for my LX. I can't wait for all the cute colors, but yeah, rocking it. But, you want to make sure that you're always wearing it, guys. It's a walking billboard. It's so simple. Do you know how many people go, oh my gosh, what is that? I'll send you the link. So easy, you guys. It's so simple. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything. Again, the one thing I'm really going to press on, make yourself a schedule. I'm telling you, if you don't have a schedule, it's going to be really hard to follow up. I've had notepads and books just filled with names. I mean, I still do to this day. And if I didn't go through and make notes and know, okay, I'm calling them tomorrow, I'm doing this tomorrow, it's really hard to keep track of. And then you let your hot leads go. So I really hope that this helps you guys. Again, you can find me on Facebook if you have any questions. We're one big family here. I'm more than happy to help you guys in any way I can. And I'd love to know, I want to know, is this working for you? Because we've had a lot of success with our team doing it. And again, it's just staying together, staying as one unit, being the support system and helping each other out and bringing this magical device to market because it really is saving lives. And it's such a cool thing to be a part of. So that being said, it's actually perfect timing because I'm going to bring on the amazing, incredible other half that is Freddie Smith. He's helped so many people here and he really is just such a rock star in this business. So thanks for everything, guys. I had a great time and here is Freddie Smith.
Hey, everyone. How's it going? Happy Saturday. This is perfect timing. Just had my pearly whites cleaned just for all of you so I can have a good smile here. I actually didn't enjoy the dentist at all, but hey, it is what it is. Hope everyone's doing well. I know we have a lot of great people on the call today. Wow, hundreds. This is amazing. All right, well, I know you just heard from Melissa and some other great trainers. I just want to talk about a few things that has helped us achieve Diamond in such a short period of time. The number one thing is I want to use the analogy of playing baseball or golf. You can watch a lot of baseball games. You can read books on baseball. You can go to your kid's baseball game. You can do whatever, you can look up, read biographies, learn everything you want about baseball. But until you pick up a bat and go there and actually do the activity and play, you're not going to be good at it, right? So with network marketing, the concept, just like swinging a bat, is very easy, the thought of it. But there is an absolute skill set that goes into building a huge organization. And it starts with exposures. It starts with posture and vibe. And then it ends with leadership. So the one thing I've been telling everybody, because I've had 3.5 years, almost 4 years experience in the network marketing industry, and we've really learned the skill set. Our very first company in 3 years, we built to a multiple six-figure income. And then we started from zero. And we actually went and saw Tuan and Van. They had one of their first trainings, and it was in March. And I remember we were brand new. And after training all around the world and being on stages, and we were like back to the beginning, like just sitting there watching, I was like, I can't wait to be Diamond again, the top 1%, so we can train and we can add value and put out good content. So I'm very, very blessed that we were asked to be on this today. But what's really cool is that we didn't get lucky twice. We just learned from the best. We applied it. And this time, what I'm telling my entire team is we are talking about duplication. Duplication, I'm hitting it over the head so much because that is what you need to have a sustainable business. Any one of you can get lucky, and I'm sure if you have influence or sales background, you can sign up 10, 15 people. Sure. But can those 10 or 15 people do the same thing? That's where people get stuck between the rock and a hard place. This is not sales where you just are all you like a car salesman and your job for the next 40 years is to sell cars. Your job is to build a network marketing organization. So for those of you who are obsessed with customers, fantastic. Sign up customers, but you're in the retail game at that point. You want to find distributors who can multiply and build. That's the reason we're in network marketing. If not, then we'd be our own CEO of this product, and we'd all be about sales. We're about finding people who want to build this business so that everyone can do a little bit. But you want number 17 and you want number 1,216 to all be saying the same verbiage, which I believe I wasn't here that Alyssa went over. The verbiage will knock this out of the park for you. So will vibe and posture. So let me just talk about a few things today. The first thing is when it comes to your list of 100 people, you have to take this more serious when it comes to making a list of 100 people. Don't be talking to 7 people on Facebook, 3 on Instagram, 7 on LinkedIn, 4 through text message, and 6 on a call. You have some names on a cocktail napkin, some names on a dry erase board. You have a notebook with literally 100 names that are written down. And your job is not to get that yes or no is irrelevant, honestly. What your job is to expose 100 people properly. What's a proper exposure? It is when they've seen a third-party tool, either the product or a video, and you have done a 3-way call or a Zoom. That counts as a exposure. So when you're able to actually do 100 exposures correctly, if that takes you a week or 2 years, you will sign 30, 40, 50 of those people up as a customer and or distributor, applying the right tools. Okay, so your job is not to get people. It's not about the first 10. Your job is to advertise and market this product to 100 people correctly, and you get to do that at your own pace. So if you want to do 2 hours a week or 100 hours a week, that's up to you. We're here to help. The one thing I want to share with you today is 2 things, and it's about influence, okay? So you all have your own influence level where you sit today. Now, the thing you really have to build is influence with your warm market and the people you surround yourself with. If you already have it, fantastic. But if you don't, it all depends on where you're at. Like even at my job, in 4 years of doing network marketing, not one person at my job has joined my business. Why? Because they've known me as the 22-year-old punk 7, 8 years ago who started on this show. And I was nice. I was always me. But I'm 22 giving 45-year-old millionaires advice on how to do multiple streams of income and they need to sell product. I didn't have the influence in that circle. But now I have people coming to me about this business because they've seen the growth of a person that I've become in 8 years. I've done so by reading books. I've done so by putting myself out there. I've done so by grinding and speaking and learning. So a lot of people think as soon as I can show my family I'm making $7,000 a month, they'll join me. False. The person, and I'll call Seth Remus out on this. I don't think anyone else could have signed me up in network marketing. And even though I love everyone, I've seen millions of speakers and I love them to death, there was something about Seth that just vibed with me. And I didn't even know what he was making. I signed up with him because of how he made me feel. So if I would have sat down with a suit making $10 million a month or whatever you want to say to exaggerate it, and I didn't like the person, I wouldn't have joined. And he signed us twice in both our network marketing companies. It's because I just liked his posture and vibe, and that's what I've duplicated through my business. So how do you build influence? Here's one example. In the next 90 days, for instance, this is an example. I hope this doesn't offend anyone. It's just a really good example. In the next 90 days, say you go on a mission of losing weight. Say you lose 15, 20 pounds in the next 90 days. Something like that is going to have your warm market, your aunt, your cousin, your coworkers go, wow, I've known you for 27 years. And Sally Sue, I mean, you've worked here, and every Tuesday you bring that tuna casserole that you heat up in the microwave in the break room. We hate the smell. And you talk about House of Cards, and you're just blah, blah. All of a sudden, these past 90 days, you've lost weight. You bring in salads. You don't talk about House of Cards. You talk about Tony Robbins seminars. Like, what's going on with you? Well, this company changed my life. Well, what company? I got to show you. Look at this thing. They're going to join you based off personal growth with that influence more than they are you showing them a pay stub or saying I'm diamond. No one knows what diamond means. No one knows what silver means, who are outsiders. They know you. They know me as Freddie Smith, my aunt, my cousin. They know me. When they see the growth as I am as a person, that's what's huge. So focus on reading good books. And while we're on the good book thing, read 10 pages a day, get yourself in the right mindset, and then go produce. If you read 7 books a day, cool, but if you're never applying it, then you're just full of knowledge of other people's personal experiences. I read 10 pages a day. I've read a handful of books. I just get nuggets from Gary Vaynerchuk. I get nuggets from Mark Cuban. I get nuggets from Napoleon Hill. I get nuggets from people. And I go, oh, I feel in a good mood. I feel unstoppable today. And I go and expose people. You have to do the A activity here. That's the only thing we have. Right? We've talked about it. Seth mentioned earlier, we don't do sampling. All we do, I don't even do sit downs. It's so funny. I'll have people on my team go, I need to wait till I get mine because people want to see it. I had 3 sit downs in about 4 months of doing this business because they were people that I needed to have that face to face, right? Like if I was new and Van and Twan were like, I would have to go sit with Van and Twan. Like there are certain people you should go sit with because that face to face is what you need. But I've had people tell me I want to see it, and I just take a video. I have a video of me using it, and I send it to them. I refuse to do 1.5-hour sit-downs because I don't want to sit there and catch up for 1.5 hours. I want to say I partnered with 2 successful friends, Twan. We're having a blast. You got to check this out. Well, what is it? I'll send you the link. Dude, this is cool. I know. I got super lucky. We should partner up. We'll take over LA. Well, what do we do? Well, what's going on? Listen, I'm running into work. I'll call you at 6 or 8. What works best? Always give 2 options. Don't say, are you free Sunday or maybe next week sometime? It's your business. I just left the dentist office. They didn't say, hey, Freddie, you just come in August. No, they said, we have August 8th. We have August 10th. Which do you want? I'll take the 8th. We have 11, 1, and 6. They're running a business. So are you. Take the power. Your prospects are lucky to be a part of this. Remember that. They're lucky. So set a time. What's good, 6 or 8? You talk to them on the phone, and you share a little bit of information and then get somebody else on a 3-way. So and by the way, Twan, what do I have here on time? Do I have like 15 minutes or?
Hey, you're good, man. You're good. Just go for 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, okay. Cut me off because I talk forever. So I just talked about influence when it comes to personal growth. Now here's something for the leaders on the call. And this is something that I have, what I'd say is if someone says, what's the one thing that you're good at? And this is what I spend a lot of my time doing, but not all of my time, because 50% of your time, no matter what rank you are, should be personally recruiting. And this is from a Seth Remus training I've known for years now. 50% personal recruiting always. If you're not personally recruiting, there's a close sign on your door. I don't rely on my team. I love my team. I help my team. I am in charge of my business. The best I can do is recruit 2 to 3 family packs a week, and that's always my goal. I need to be in the field. I need to be on Instagram and LinkedIn. I need to be doing 3-way calls. So when I'm doing trainings like this, you can tell the difference between someone who's in the motion of doing or someone who hasn't recruited in 3 years and just has been 15 years of experience. They're sitting back. They're enjoying themselves with what network marketing can give you. but they haven't recruited anyone and you can feel it. I am going to recruit until the day I put an actual sign on my door that says, I'm off to Hawaii. I'll see you whenever. When I actually can officially walk away. So I'm always recruiting. But here's what you want to also focus on when it comes to influence. How you build influence in your organization is also huge. The fact that we have 100-some people on here shows that there's influence in this organization because it's a Saturday afternoon and there's over 100 people who are sitting here taking notes, but it's because the person who invited you or the person you're working with has influence with you. And that's what you want to be able to create. So how do you create influence? I might add value today and you might go, wow, Freddie's cool. And if I'm in your upline or I can do calls, fantastic. But the way that I've created influence where people would never, like, how I do this is this. When you do a 3-way call for someone and you actually really like the person on the 3-way call, you can help get them started, call that person and help get them promoted. That is the best thing you can do as a leader. I always look for people I like in my organization, and I don't just pep talk them for 20 minutes, which gets them motivated, and then they watch an episode of whatever, and then they just don't care anymore. I want to actually take this new girl, Rachel, who Jared just signed up, and when Jared's at work for 12 hours at a job he's trying to get out of, I'm going to work with Rachel, and I'm going to get her promoted to team developer in a week. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build massive influence with your team, because Jared goes, bro, you signed her up for me and you got her to team developer. That's like the greatest thing you could ever do for somebody. So as a leader, that's my advice. If you want influence in your organization, if you want people to actually call you back or rush out of meetings or they're like, oh my God, hi, Freddie, what's going on? It's not because of my amazing training. It's because I built organizations under them. I have helped new people go team builder, not by pep talks, by actually calling Rachel, saying, who can we get on the phone today, and helping Rachel get promoted. Now I've built influence with Rachel and with Jared and with the next person and the next person in line all the way up to me. So that's the one thing we do that we focus on greatly here is we actually take amazing people who just hit platinum in your organization, help their next 3 personals go gold. You'll have that platinum have influence. You'll have that influence with that platinum, soon diamond, forever. So that's what I really focus on, because if you lose that influence and you lose that leadership inner circle, that's when things are going to crumble out there in land of 2,000, 3,000 people. I want to know that my number 7 and my 2,000 is all saying and doing the same thing. They're leading with their heart and they're good people who are having fun. This is 2017. Do you all realize that e-com is the way to go? In the next 3 years, it's not going to be, oh, are you doing network marketing? It's going to be, what company are you working with and who are you working with? Is it fun? What's the product like? That's where everything is moving. Macy's, Sears, how many retail stores are going out of business? Everyone's going to be moving to online sales. And guess what? We not only have the greatest company in the world, the greatest product, the greatest partnership, the greatest timing with wearable technology, but we're also in before everyone we know and their mom, which are already almost doing it, network marketing. I don't want someone to get started in a X company, destroy their Facebook page with their damn link every day and their products, and they take their 2 likes like people like it. No, you're destroying your influence on your Facebook page, and now you're ruining it when someone like myself can come along, or one of these great leaders, and can teach you how to utilize your Facebook correctly. I will touch on that towards the end of how to build on Instagram and Facebook, because people need help. And I did it wrong many, many times, and that's how I know. So everyone's going to be joining network marketing. We're just in a really good space, so know that. So influence with your team, help people get paid. Here's a cool one. Don't talk to your personals that you're recruiting. Don't do much talking. Even myself, you can tell I love talking. This is amazing stuff, but I'm talking because this is a third-party platform. I do not say this much to my personals. I do the, hi, Bill, how have you been? I just partnered with 2 successful friends of mine. You got to check this out. What is it? I'll send you the link. Wow, this is cool. I know, I got super lucky. We should partner up. I'm putting together my inner circle as we speak. Really? Well, what do I do? What's this? What's that? When are you free? Tomorrow, 6 or 8? 8 o'clock. Great. I call him at 8. What's going on? Yeah, I met my friend Seth. He's amazing. He's the one that shared this with me. I've had a great time. I've been loving the product myself. You saw the video, like it does all these features. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm new. I would love to be able to introduce you to one of my successful friends I was telling you about. I'd love for you to hear his story. So write that down. Hear his story. No one wants to be put on with an upline or a mentor so that they can answer all the questions or tell you why you should do Helo. That's not, I don't want to be sold, right? But if I just say, yeah, Seth's really helped me out. He's an amazing guy. He's got great energy and he knows his stuff. Because of him, I'm going to make 6 figures this year because of what he taught me. He's a great guy. I know he's super busy. I probably can't even get a hold of him, but I'd love for you to hear his story. Hold on one second. That, and he's ready. Of course, I texted him, but that right there shows exclusivity. It shows that, hearing someone's story makes someone feel good rather than you got to talk to Seth. He knows all the numbers and he'll show you why you need to invest $2,000 today. Do you have your credit card ready? I'm going to get Seth on the phone, this dude from LA, and he's going to tell you why you need to do World. What do you mean you don't want to do a 3-way? Freddie, they didn't want to do a 3-way call. They must not be interested. No, your posture and vibe was selly. I want to hear your story is such a key word to put into your vocabulary, and I get off the phone. So any of you, here's some notes. I personally don't even like texting any information about the company. Like the video does enough, and then I want to get them on the phone. If you're finding yourself writing the words blood pressure, EKG in a Facebook message, it's coming off selly. Like there's no need to mention Fabio's name in text. Because if you look at with what I'm saying now, if I tell you on the phone, like, yeah, isn't it amazing? It does blood pressure and EKG. Like that's so cool. And Fabio Galdi's amazing. He's this pioneer in technology. It's really great. We're having fun and we're open to 195 countries. That's excitement. That in a block text looks like I'm selling you. Look why we're amazing. I'd rather be busy. And here's one of my things I was going to leave for the end, but I think it fits right here. This is crazy, but this has really helped my business grow and protect the culture. I actually look for reasons to walk away from people I'm prospecting. I am interviewing my people before they even know it. Like I look at their Facebook. If they're talking about how much they hate stuff, that's a reason for me to walk away. I don't need that in my, we have the ability. Here's another good analogy for you. I want you to think of your kids. I want you to think of every single thing you have in your life, your savings account, your credit cards, everything, even your child's college funds. Imagine taking every single penny you have in your entire life and you invest it into a $300,000 restaurant and you have nothing. Would you just put on Facebook, hey everyone, looking for a host who would like to join my restaurant and be my host? No, you would want the most amazing, positive person welcoming guests into your $300,000 establishment that you put your entire life on the line. You don't just want some random person who has like, I hate whatever tattooed on their face greeting your customers. You don't want that in your business either. So you have the ability to choose who you work with, and you don't want that cancer. You can't let the cancer in because you want sustainability, right? Duplication. That will duplicate. If somebody's a negative person, their friends must be negative because how could you put up with that? So I am genuinely always looking, oh, that looks too expensive. Next. I had a guy earlier who goes, well, Freddie, what if I have a guy, let's call him Average Joe. And Average Joe goes, you know what? I just don't really have the time. I've tried MLMs and it just didn't work. Like, I mean, what makes this different? Like tell me why I should invest. And I just go, next. Let's move on to the next person who sees the video and goes, wow, Freddie, this is cool. I go, yeah, I know. We should partner up. We would take over Bakersfield. Well, what do I do? This is exciting. I'll call you tonight. When are you free? 6 or 8? Sort. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you take one thing from this training, I have changed. If I would have done this training 3.5 years ago, I would have said, no, Joe, this is why. It's wearable, right? Like everyone wears a Fitbit, right? You need to do this, right? 319 is nothing, right? You probably just spent that on sneakers. Come on. I'm going to introduce you to Tuan and Van. They're amazing and they're rich and they make more in a month than people make in a year. And come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. You're going to have to come on, Joe, to get him to make a list of 100. Come on, Joe. Show up to the training. Come on, Joe. I'm done. I have zero energy for that because there are millions of people in 195 countries that you can send a 2-minute video that go, my grandma needs that, and they purchase it, and I don't have to say a word. They hop on the training. If they're coachable, they get my time. And this is how I run my business, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are dabbling in this might be like, holy cow. It's just 2 different ways of looking at it. If you're here to make $300 to $500 a month, have fun. Be here, enjoy, do your thing. I'm speaking in this way to people who are trying to make and will make, with the right mindset, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month here. You have to treat this like a business. If you think that you deserve 50,000 and you're going to do that by convincing Joe, who doesn't even think the product's cool, I don't think so. We love Joe. We wish Joe well, but it doesn't mean he's an entrepreneur, right? I love my mom to death. She's the best woman in the entire world. She's not an entrepreneur. My mom would never do anything entrepreneurial ever. That's just not in her DNA. Just like there's a lot of people who don't have the right to be out here calling themselves actors. It'll play out. Give it a few years. Some people don't have it. Some people, I don't sing because I'm not a singer. I can do karaoke. There are people out here who are entrepreneurs who will take this business in 2017 because opening up a gym is crazy to me. Sorry for any gym owners. I'm just saying, like, you have, like my dad was looking to buy a franchise and I actually talked him out of it. I said, Dad, why would you invest $115,000 into a gym? And he looked at the numbers. He had to make $10,000 a month just to break even. He would have 7 employees because he would just take over the gym that was there. I go, you know how much easier it is to invest $2,000, wear this Hilo, and just go talk to people? There's no inventory. You don't do any shipping, no customer service. There's a $59 a month overhead. That's fun. Sign up 1 customer a month, you break even. So I don't know. I just think what we have is we're very, very lucky here. I want to touch on just a few things of lingo, and then I'll hop off here. So I know that Alyssa went over the lingo with you on what we say here. I wasn't here listening, but I just want to reiterate one more time. The difference of approach with posture has changed our entire business and our people. We have had more team developers in the past 30 days than I've ever like. We have never had so many people getting promoted, and we're having people who were uncoachable 2 months ago reaching out, going, "Hey, Freddie, like every day on the page, we're seeing that you're like, how are all these people getting promoted?" I said, well, they're making a list of 100 and they're saying these specific things, and you're doing group emails and posting on Facebook every day. That's not going to work. I told you that. I love you, but that's not going to work. And sometimes it just takes someone to do their own reinventing to see it doesn't work, to come back, and then we can coach them on what to say. But here's some lingo. So again, you don't want to ever say, would you, can you, if I sent you this, would you maybe watch it? I'm trying to bring this to market. Using the word I'm trying or hoping isn't something that people will follow. So write down hope and try. Take that out of your vocabulary. Just be certain. Be like, I'm bringing this device to market. I am going to make 6 figures, or I am going to make 2,000 a month here. Not cocky, just certain. Well, how do you know? Well, because I'm working with Tuan and Van. They're amazing. They're helping me. Who are they? Oh, I have to introduce you to them one day. They're super busy. I don't know if I can ever get them on the phone, but they're just super wildly successful. They help me out a lot, but maybe I can introduce you to them maybe on Monday or Tuesday. I'll have to get back to you. But they're really great, and they help me. They're going to help me make 2,000 a month here. Wow, that's really cool. So wait, so how do you make money? I'll go ahead and send you over a video. I'm running into a meeting right now. I'll give you a call later tonight, like 8 or 9 o'clock. Great. And I just get away from it. But you just have to have that certainty. So no hope, no try, no can you. It's just, this is what's happening. Also, 2 red flags, and people only in direct sales use this lingo, and it's such a red flag. Business opportunity, don't ever say it. If you ever do, I want to get like a big chalkboard and have you write it like in school if you cursed. Like, I will not say business opportunity. I will not say business opportunity. And while we're at it, I will not say got involved. I will not say got involved. No one ever gets involved with things. It's a weird statement. If I were to get on here and say, hey, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I just got involved with McDonald's. You'd say, that's creepy. In what way? Oh, I mean, I work there. The word got involved, you only use it in network marketing. And it's such a red flag. It just sounds terrible. I get messages every day, and I don't want to call people out because I'm not trying to do, but they, for instance, like, hey, Freddie, how are you? Seeing you and Alyssa are having a good time. So listen, I just got started in this new business opportunity. I got involved in this new company with one of my friends, and I was just interested in maybe getting your opinion or feedback on what you think of the product. And while I'm at it, this is a $3.5 trillion industry, and I have this weight loss supplement that helps with the enzymes, and here's my 15% off promo code in my website. Hope everything's well. You can go ahead and buy it right now, or you can even join the business. Let me know. No, thank you. Or, hey, what's up, Bill? I just partnered with two very successful friends of mine in a tech company. You got to check this out. What company? I'll send you the link. Which makes you feel better, being on the opposite side of it, right? It's posture. And we like to make fun of it because we can't take ourselves too serious. We're all sitting here training, hanging out on a Saturday right now. We market things for a living and we make more money than most people do going to jobs, sitting in traffic. So we can't take ourselves too serious. We've got to have fun with it. But people just don't know. So the lingo is very important. So I forgot where I was going with that, but here's a couple other words that I would take out of your vocabulary is using the word under, even talking to and I'm even saying the word downlines, we're in a training, so it's a little different, but I wouldn't tell new people like, hey, Rachel, who's never done network marketing, let's get two people under you. Let's get them in. Let's get them to join and get them under you, and then we can introduce them to the upline. That's the kind of wording they're going to tell their friends on the phone. Yeah, I just got started. My friend Freddie, he's a mentor and upline of mine, and I just need to get people under me. Why? Why even go that route? Why not use, instead of under, just in the organization? Anytime I'm doing a Zoom presentation, it gets to the positioning part. I never say, well, these 5 people will be under you. I just say what's amazing is you get started now, and then these 5 people who get started later will be in your organization. They're going to be a part of your organization. Just sounds better than under, right? So I never use the word under. I never use the word let's sign up or join, like join me. I like getting started. Like, hey, are you ready to join? Are you ready to get involved? Are you ready to go under Rachel? Or are you ready to partner up? You ready to get started? All right, let's go ahead and get you started, and I'm going to partner up with you. This all sounds so easy, but when I get screenshots from even my organization and I see, they're like, Freddie, I watched your video, I wrote down everything, and they have the slightest thing. Well, they'll say, I partnered with 2 very successful friends of mine in a tech company. You got to check this out. It's amazing. I got lucky. We need to partner up. And then they put the link all together. It's just it's almost there, but it still feels like you're being sold. The slightest little thing. So, and this won't happen overnight, but if you go back to this, it has helped us when it comes to the stupid pyramid thing. We very rarely ever get that anymore. And it's because of the lingo. And especially with a tech product, if you send someone, I partnered with 2 very successful friends in a tech company, you have to check this out, and they go, what company? And you say, I'll send you the link, and you send a 2-minute video of a cool tech product, and someone goes, well, they still said it looked like a pyramid. I go, let me see your screenshot, because there's no way in hell that after years of network marketing, there's never been a tech product. If it was a shake or a beauty thing or an oil or even a candle, maybe, because that's the kind of, we're used to that 90%. No one should ever be saying that. If they do go to that assumption, it's because you're using words like under, got involved, business opportunity. Why are we offering people business opportunities? Don't. You're just sharing this product with them and that you should partner up. You're putting together your inner circle. Here's a couple cool ones. If someone goes, is this an MLM? I go, this is exactly what you write. Is this an MLM? Yes. It's the first of its kind. No in-home parties, no sampling, no inventory. I'm having a blast. Is this an MLM? Now, if someone goes, is this a pyramid? I go, no. That's all I write. Pyramid comes from a negative standpoint. MLM, network marketing, direct sales, is just an inquisitive thing about the industry. They might have done it. Pyramid, negative. I don't even move on anymore. I just did a training in Bakersfield on that. Someone goes, what do you say about pyramid? I said, depends. Are they saying pyramid or MLM? Pyramid, I just go, no. And I just let it linger. If they never write me back, then fine. If they go further, then I'll explain it. Pyramids comes from a negative negative connotation. MLM, network marketing, I go, yes. First of its kind. Category creator. No in-home parties, no sampling, no inventory. We're having a blast. Oh, wow, that is cool. Because a lot of people have done MLM. And I'll tell you this right now. If I got offered $500,000 cash to go to a 3-legged system that was selling a consumable product that I had to create habit again, I would not take it. Absolutely would not. This is our last run. So every single person who's on this should realize that. And if you've never been in the industry before or realize what we have, talk to your sponsor and have them really share how lucky we are here. Because I have spent hours in people's living rooms and having to eat like their warm cheese. I'm like, I'm here at 6. Why are you putting the cheese out at 3? It's already warm and has a weird film on it. I don't want that. I was tired of being in people's living rooms. I don't want to drop off things. I had a woman who was in another company, and I was telling her she needs to come here, and she goes, I just started. We have great momentum. I said, who cares? You're building a 3-legged system with 100 products that people have to create habits with. And she then went on 40 minutes later and told me, she goes, you have to try this new weight loss thing. And she told me what I needed to eat, what I needed to take. It's like, no, I'm on a diet and I still like to have my beer and eat my, like, you put this on your wrist and you live your life. You don't have to create a habit for someone. Realize how lucky we are. There is no sampling and there's not a lot of follow-ups. People are in or out in 1 or 2 things. They see a video, they talk to the phone, a 3-way, comp plan or Zoom, and they're in or out. Great. Not now or yes, and move on, right? So you want to sort. Anything else for lingo? Yeah, just and I don't really use mentor. I think that can be, you know, depending on what you're being trained on. I don't think mentor is terrible. I just like to say my friend because it just seems more warm. So I say friend rather than mentor, sponsor, upline. All those words just need to be shifted. I don't know why we were ever trained on, or not we were trained. I don't know why our minds instantly go to grabbing people's opinions and talking about mentors and uplines. So it's just important. It's very important. That's how we've been able to do this twice now, is we've just developed the culture. And that's what I really do, is put time into people that make you feel good. Even on your team. Like if someone doesn't make you feel good, it's just not worth it. You didn't sign up for that. You signed up to build a business, and you need to be sharp and you need to have good energy for the people who deserve it. We have so many people on our team that I'm not going to take and listen to someone complain for 30 minutes when I should be calling up someone who really needs this and who sees the vision and who's been nothing but kind to me and gracious. That's another thing to write down. Be grateful. This is a voluntary army. There we go. And we have 100 and some people right now who are not being paid to be on this, and they're just choosing to be. So I'm very grateful of all of your times. I'm grateful when someone does a 3-way call with me. I'm grateful when they say thank you. Like, say thank you to Tuan and Van. Like, write them a message after this. They're probably getting blown up now. Write them, blow their phone up and go, thank you for having this. Thank you for being here. No one has to do this. We don't have to do this. You know, everyone chooses to, just like you don't have to be here. So appreciate your downline, appreciate your upline, appreciate your sideline, really appreciate your sideline. I want my sidelines to start crushing it so that my sponsor puts everyone back on my leg on the other side. So I'm rooting for everyone to win here. As long as everyone's winning, everyone's winning. So I help, I'm grateful, be very gracious. And one other thing, be resourceful. I do my very best to look up, and I do everything before I ask Tuan and Van a question. I'm like, oh, I got to text them. I don't know this. Damn it. And I try so hard because I know they're busy. I'm like, can I find this answer? So if someone goes, well, you know, the app won't work. I'm not here in troubleshooting. I'm here in marketing. Like, look it up on the website. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it's like, I don't know. That's like when my mom calls me. My email won't send. Mom, the amount of things that could be. Like, I don't want to sit. Even with my mom, I don't want to sit for an hour and go. And she goes, oh, honey, I was on the wrong thing. Or the internet, or I was putting in the wrong phone number. It's like, I spent 35 minutes, Mom. Same thing here. Like, troubleshooting, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if the app doesn't, are you connected to Bluetooth? I don't know. I'm not there, right? So try to be resourceful, be gracious, be grateful. And I think that's really good. Just say thank you a lot, you know, and never complain. As much as I'm here to help, it's like, why are you complaining? We have things too, like, you know, but I don't want to complain. We have our jobs where there's things that we want to come home and vent about. This is our happy place. World is our happy place with happy people. And we get to choose who to work with. I don't get to choose who's in there's probably 150 people I work with, and luckily they're all cool, but I don't get to choose who I work with in my 9 to 5. Neither do you. Here, you get to choose who you spend time with. And that goes a very long way because you want to protect your brain. You want to protect your mind. You want to protect your positivity. So that's what I've really changed in this difference over here is I just feel very lucky. I feel very blessed, and it just shines through every day. We're all very fortunate to be here. So I want to thank you all for spending this time with us today. I'll pass it back over to our fearless leaders, Tuan and Van, and I appreciate all of you. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Freddie. We appreciate you and Alyssa so much. Amazing job. And everyone's going crazy right now on the sidebar. They loved your guys' training. So again, Yeah, Tuan and I just want to thank you guys for taking time out of your guys' busy schedule to be able to share all those amazing nuggets that people are walking away with today. So you guys definitely made a difference today.
Cool. Well, thank you both. Appreciate
No problem. Thank you guys. Awesome. Well, guys, we are pretty much on point, which is so exciting. We definitely don't want to take more of the time. Something's echoing. Is that me? Hang on. I got to close my door because I can hear it.
No, that's someone playing basketball.
Okay. Well, still, I can hear myself through echoing from downstairs. All right, guys. So we want to go ahead and just close it out. We are coming to the end. Do not hang up yet. We have a special promotion that Tuan is going to share. But the last thing I want to add before I hand it over to Tuan is, guys, we only live once. Please, please. Take yourself out of the negativity that Freddie and Alyssa were talking about. We only live once. So take advantage of the life that you have right now and don't let any outside variable determine where you're going to take your future. Because, guys, I would hate, and I say this so many times because this is where I heard it and it impacted my life and my philosophy so much, was when I was listening to Dr. Wayne Dyer. Love him. He's one of the very few that I constantly listen to because there's so many great knowledge that comes out of his mouth, is that he said, what if you led your life and you were on your deathbed and you look back and you asked yourself, what if I led the wrong life? That was a powerful statement that I heard him say. And I said, oh my gosh, I don't ever want that to be my life. I don't want to be on my deathbed getting ready to leave this life into my spiritual life and tell myself, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't go after my dreams. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't leave more for my kids. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't do this for my family. Whatever it was. When I heard that from Dr. Wayne Dyer, when I was listening to some of his audios, it hit me so hard that was what triggered my mindset to stop worrying about the past, stop worrying about what the future is going to look like, but live in the now. What do I want my life to look like right now? Because I can determine the outcome, not the news, not the people. And I hear so many people say, like, your environment, yes, absolutely true. But I live in a negative environment sometimes. My family's negative. I actually vented to Tuan last night about, I went out to dinner with my siblings and they literally tore me down emotionally, not by words, but by physically the way they look at me because they think I'm so weird, right? And I told Tuan, I go, I wish my family just supported me, but it didn't take me down because I don't let my brothers and sisters determine where I'm going to go, mentally how I'm going to be like. I determine that. And some of us, we like to blame those outside variables to say, well, I can't become successful because my family doesn't support me. Or I can't become successful because my friends don't like what I'm doing. Or my friends think it's a pyramid scam. Guys, who cares what they think? Because they don't determine your future. And so what I always share with everybody is, guys, live your life to the fullest. It might be embarrassing in the moment, but once you get past it, you realize you were so excited that you actually did it. And for me, I've had so many instances where I hate talking publicly. Like, with a passion, I'm not very good with it. I get nervous. My arm shakes. I start to sweat because I get nervous. But I do it because afterwards, the impact that it was able to do to someone is what makes it all worth it to me. For me, you might not think that. I am very, like, you can ask Tuan, I'm an introvert. I like to be in a quiet area, and I'm not like the party person. And I like my quiet time. But when it's the time to work, I know I have to break out of that because is what's going to make me successful. And for me, I always say, go do everything that you're scared of, because I promise you, by the time that you're done, you're going to look back and you're going to tell yourself, I'm so glad I did it. That's always like working out. You hate working out and you always make up excuses. You find misery, you lag for hours like Tuan does, but by the time you're done with the gym, you come out, you're feeling good, you feel strong, you're excited, and then you go on with your day, right? You always tell yourself, I'm so glad I went to the gym. Same thing with this business. Go out and build it. So for me, guys, I want you to know, just go live your life to the fullest, because you are not going to regret it when you're getting ready to leave. So for me, I am done. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Tuan, and he's going to go ahead and walk you guys through some specific action steps to really utilize what you learned today from Freddie and Alyssa, from Seth, from Cindy, all of them, how to implement this and build a successful business. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to you, hon. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, if I don't, excuse my French, but man, that was a badass training. I mean, I thought that was just phenomenal. Loved it. And I think obviously you saw in the chat box that everybody absolutely loved the training. So it's amazing to be able to actually see people shine. And Van and I actually remember when you guys just got started in the industry, to see where you guys are were then into where you guys are now. It's a night and day. So just really proud to see your leadership just emerge and grow and blossom, and it's impacting so many lives, because of that. So very, very cool stuff. And again, thank you for Cindy and Seth for able to actually knock out the call in the beginning in the morning as well. Guys, we're actually at our close, and I know people are going to start logging off soon. So we're just going to make it really quick. And as you guys can see, world's coming together. They're delivering the product. The packages are coming right now. Cindy is definitely doing her job. Let her do what she does best. She's going to handle the operations. We have zero control of that. She's going to control that. We're just going to let her do what she does best and make sure the operation is going to do great. And we are absolutely fortunate to be where we're at today, being the fact that we're new in the company and being the early stages. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do what we can control here at Team World. And what is that? We're going to pour more gasoline on the fire. And so before I actually throw anything out, few announcements that I must share with you guys. We've sold hundreds of tickets already for the Project 2K takeover event. It's going to be in Vegas, and we are locking down a venue, a location. We're going to make sure that it is a place where we can actually have a positive environment to grow, spend time with each other, and all that good stuff. So we're going to lay out the itinerary very, very soon. But I want you guys to know that price ticket must go up, and it's going to go up on Wednesday the 10th, okay? So make note of that. This is very, very important, okay? It's going to go all over Facebook, but everyone needs to know that the price ticket is going to go up. We kept that $45 as long as we could. Guys, that is a steal. Trust me, okay? We're still in the negative, okay? We went around and we actually went to events. Guys, it's convention season in Las Vegas in October. Guys, prices are extremely expensive for venues for 1,000 people, okay? 2,000 people. And so for you to be able to get a ticket for $45 it's nothing, right? But the price must go up. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, you got to get your ticket now, because we're going to up the price to $99 on Wednesday, okay? So make sure, leaders, make sure you get this to your team. Text message your team. Make sure they know. Get it at the price of $45. That's almost 50% off. But we're going to raise it to $99, and that price is still a steal. That's going to be a solid price, you guys. So make sure you do that. Social media-wise, guys, drive that curiosity. Make sure everything you post, hashtag Project 2K. And, of course, the last announcement before we throw out the other thing is Bangkok. Guys, Bangkok is just weeks away. I believe that Chad and Natita still actually has the package deal for about 20 or 30 left. It might have sold out by now. So make sure that if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, get your ticket. Sorry, guys, my kids are just actually wild right now. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, the ticket is, I think it's like $30 or $35. Get your ticket. And the flight tickets are like $650 for international. Come on, guys, you got to be kidding me. And I think in certain times right now, you might be able to get for $550. But anything that's under $650 is a steal, you guys. So for you to be able to go meet Fabio, the corporate team, we're very fortunate because we never get a chance to see them. And you're going to get all of the corporate executives all at one location. And guys, when it comes down to it, it's all about your belief. It's your posture, your belief. Because if your belief is so strong that it just, you cut yourself and it oozes out WGN. I'm telling you, that is what it's going to take for you to be successful in this business. The how-to is important because we got to learn the how-tos. But it comes down to your absolute belief in where we're going and the timing of where we're at, you guys. So having said all that, guys, Van and I are excited to announce that we are going to have – now, we don't know what we're going to call it. We might call it a Diamonds Leadership Retreat. We might call it a Leadership Retreat. We're not sure, but we're going to throw out a promotion that for those of you, okay, for those of you that hit Diamond, we're going to pay for your flight, and we already have a location that's planned out. It's gonna be this mansion, and it's gonna be all-inclusive food and everything. We're gonna hang out with each other at I think it's a 3-day event where we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna wine and dine. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, but we're gonna fly you into an exotic location, and we're just gonna hang out with each other, and we're just gonna spoil each other rotten, okay? And we're gonna be able to learn about leadership. We're gonna spend time, and we're gonna have that camaraderie, and it's gonna be a very, very exciting treat, guys. Ben and I, where we actually became who we are today, and I'm proud to tell you that we're proud of who we've become, because 14 years ago, I was an 18-year-old college dropout, and I was working. My highest paying job was $8 an hour. To think of where Ben and I are at today wasn't because of like college or anything. All that stuff is important. Was because of the books we read, the people we associated with, and the type of things we were listening to. And where you're able to grow the most is being able to associate with the top people and surrounding yourself with the people that are going to the places that you want to go. They say if you find the people that have what you want, you do what they do, and you'll get what they got. That's a very simple thing. They say that if you want to gain something, subtract something that you don't want. So if you actually have 10 friends, and one of your friends is a friend that is just taking from you, they're complaining, they're just telling you why you shouldn't be successful. I assure you, you subtract that one person out of your life, the other 9 are just going to raise the bar. And you add one more person that is actually successful into that group, you're going to be successful. This retreat is just about that. And so how do you qualify for that? Well, it's going to be a 60-day run. So the calendar is going to go from now to July 31st. Now to July 31st. You qualify Diamond 3 weeks from now to July 31st. We're going to pay for your flight. The food's taken care of. You got a place to stay. You're going to have a time of your life. Now, it doesn't stop right there, guys. For those of you who's like, oh, what if I don't qualify Diamond 3 times? You qualify Diamond 1 time, you're invited. You got to pay for your flight. You get there, we'll take care of the rest. Okay, but you're invited to go. Guys, that's amazing. And we're even going to take it one step further. 2 people that are top recruiters. Now, we're not going to take anyone less than 10 recruits. 10 people you personally sponsor from now to July 31st. We're going to look at people that have 10 personally sponsored people. So if you're not doing 10, chances are you're not going. And guys, think about this. You got 60 days, more than 60 days, to be able to sponsor 10 people to be at the bar of being able to look at. Now, if you say, oh, if I get 10, I'm going. No. I'm saying that you got 10, we'll look at you. But I assure you there's going to be people that can do 12, 13, 14. But I assure you, 2 people that are top people that are sponsoring, personally sponsoring, are going to be invited to go. And you're going to get a chance to be able to spend time with all the diamonds, the double diamonds, the grand diamonds, the president for 3 days. And we're going to have a time of life. We might have a guest person that's going to come that is a multi-millionaire. That's going to come and you'll be able to spend time with us. But I assure you, this is something that you don't want to miss. So guys, let me repeat. 2 top recruiters are going to go. You qualify Diamond 1 time, you're invited to go. You qualify 3 times, we're going to spoil you rotten. Okay, we're going to take care of the flight, all the good stuff, the place at the mansion, all the good stuff. Guys, we're going to pour it. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that your business is going to explode. This is the event you definitely want to be at, you guys. So how do we start off and how do we get this thing going? Tomorrow and Monday, we're going to have a webinar blitz. Okay, so these are the time zones. We're going to go Pacific Standard Time, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 in the morning. We have diamonds and leaders all lined up at all these events, all these webinars. It's going to be at this Zoom meeting, 909-967-3889. So we're going to have webinars around the clock, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And what you want to do is take what you've learned from Freddie and Alyssa. Make that list of 100. Get that posture up and start picking up the phone and start texting people and start calling people. I don't care what you do. Do whatever you want to do that makes you feel comfortable, but make sure you have that posture and follow the lingo. All right. So do that and start packing these webinars, you guys. And here's the thing. I want you to start thinking about this. You're going to pack these webinars. Are you going to sign someone up out of it? Maybe. What if you don't? Maybe not. But here's what I know for sure. The things you do today reflects result 90 days from now. So Freddie and Alyssa, they hit diamond, not because they worked hard for 1 week and hit diamond. Yes, the result poured in 1 week and they qualified diamond, but it's the result of what they did 90 days ago or when they got started, because they're very new. So when they got started, from the moment they got started until the time they hit diamond, all the activity that they did compounded to the point when that week when they were running for diamond, all they had to do was just follow up and then they were able to hit diamond. So these webinars, you may not see a result immediately, but I assure you, if you work hard on the activity and the intention, your intention is, I got to get a result. So in your mind, you're like, I got to get a result. And even though you don't get an immediate result, 90 days from now, you will. And so we have webinars around the clock, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in the morning. Why are we having it so late? Because we have people in Hawaii. We have people in Guam. We have people in the Philippines. We have people in Asia. We have people in Papua New Guinea. I always have a hard time saying that. We have people in Papua New Guinea. We have people in other markets out there that are going to be plugged into it. So think of international, you guys, as well as you actually invite to these webinars. And so we're going to have it tomorrow, the 7th, and we're going to have it on the 8th as well. So double days to close out the week and build into the new week, you guys. All right. So I'm just so excited, you guys. We don't have anything much to say. All we can tell you is this, is that what you put in is what you're going to get out of it. Right now, if you're excited, you want to be able to take what you've learned and apply it right away. You want to go and take action. Ideas are great, but they're nothing without execution. So for Van and I, we've been in this industry for so many years. I remember the first 5 years of us being in this industry, we learned so much, just like what Freddie said, right? We learned so much, went to every single training, every single book we read. Anytime someone recommends something, we read it. But you know how much money we made? A big fat zero. By the time we paid off all of our bills, and there were years that we made money, but we didn't have any money to actually spend because we weren't applying what we've learned. So take it from us that you take what you learn and you apply it now. Start working now and start packing up these webinars by sending people the 2-minute video, the 5-minute video, put them on 3-way calls. Spend at least an hour a day reaching out to new people, you guys. And if you do that, I assure you, you're going to see a positive result in your business. And for many of you guys, we will see you at the Diamond Leadership Retreat. So awesome, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to actually put up flyers for this so that you can actually tag your team and whatnot about the webinars and the retreat and stuff like that. But Van and I thank you so much for being here and spending your time. And Freddie and Alyssa, we appreciate you and your leadership. And Seth, you were incredible as well. Thank you so much for doing that presentation. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take care, and we'll see you guys at the next event. Bye, everybody.